All right, so this is an interesting one. Jeff Angel on the left on Jund, which is a deck that Kyle Koeppe normally plays. Today, he's got Bant Eldrazi in hand.
Man, this is a good hand from Kyle.
Concur. I like this hand quite a bit. Jeff's chosen the Noble Hierarch, which tells
Chose the Ancient Stirrings.
The Ancient Stirrings, which tells me
as you
something.
try to peer over the
Right,
footer there.
Yeah. There's a footer available. I tried to look through it. Tried to peer through the depths is what I did there. So, Kyle now has... what he should do is play Sky Spawner here, which he does. Gets there. This generates a token for him, and and that's going to open up lines that include Thought-Knot Seer and
Reality Smasher.
Reality Smasher on his next turn. So if his draws here, any two of the three draws he'll have are Thought-Knot Seer or Reality Smasher and a land. And or a land, we're going to find out. Here's a thought. Oh, one of each.
Got them both.
Got them both.
So you've got to take the Reality Smasher here, right?
Negative. You take the Thought-Knot Seer as that's guaranteed.
Okay, so he needs to draw a land.
Right, if he needs to draw a land for the Reality Smasher. But he's chosen the Smasher. That's a fine choice. It's a hard card for Jund to deal with.
Yeah.
But the Thought-Knot Seer guaranteed here is a big deal.
So because he got to keep his mana up and he has the Terminate in hand, like just jamming this Thought-Knot Seer is a huge deal.
Concur.
And with the ability on the stack, he gets to Terminate.
So the look at your hand, take one of your cards ability is on the stack. So Jeff's then forced to terminate, or else lose the terminate to the ability. Alright, and now Kyle he draws a card. No, negative. He's just going to draw a card on the exit. This isn't being resolved properly. So what needs to happen here is Jeff would have drawn a card from Thought-Knot Seer leaving play, and then Kyle would look at all four of those cards.
I mean, it's a missed trigger if he just doesn't draw.
Right.
So it's whatever.
So Liliana, this card's not very good against Kyle.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a 3-mana Edict, which isn't great.
He's gonna get. I mean, it's an Edict, or he gets to discard this Drowner of Hope, which not too thrilled about, but it's a thing. All right. Flyer comes over for 2, catches a lightning bolt.
Comes over for 3. Sir.
Oh yeah, with the Exalted trigger. And here's a Displacer leaving up Brushland, as well as the mana available from the Scion.
Yeah, I can't imagine what this is. You would tap the Noble Hierarch. Could be representing Path.
So what he's doing here is he's
and there's the Path.
Right, but he's leaving him. Even if he didn't have the Path, if he wanted to represent the Path, if he leaves up the Noble Hierarch and then Jeff, end of turn, gets the Hierarch out of the way, then you don't have Path available on Jeff's turn.
Sure, but 100% of the cards in Jeff's hand.
Okay. Which still isn't very good. If I'm Kyle here, I'd probably... Yeah, we're all going to discard, I guess? Is everybody losing the card, the one
I
card
wouldn't have
there?
played the land if I was going to make everybody discard. Oh, it's just another land. Okay, that's fine then.
Alright. It says Liliana's going to go down. Yeah, there you go. And Kyle should cast whatever Eldrazi this is. Mattery Shaper, that's a big one.
It's a good one to draw.
I like a double block here, personally. on one of these Raging Ravines. As if you, or you just probably just take it. Because then you get to flash a Raging Ravine, and that's a full-blown time walk against Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle's at a very healthy life total. Yeah. 4, take it. Just take it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, he might even have, let's see, it's 3, 6, 7. Almost has the win on the swing back.
Right.
If he drew the Reality Smasher, that's game.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
Set in 7. Puts Jeff to 2.
Yep.
Within shock range.
Yeah, so get used to this, guys, because this is a big place to be come standard season.
Shock range?
Shock range.
It's not a good place to be.
Well, no, I'm saying it's a
Scoops 'em up.
notable place to be. Join us tomorrow night. We're going to have live new standard testing.
It's just game 1, man.
I know. I was segueing into the standard thing while they're sideboarding.
Okay.
If you never watched like a broadcast of like, you know,
Like what?
like you're watching the NFL and Tony Romo is looking untouchable tonight. Speaking of untouchables, go see it in theaters. Like I don't know.
That doesn't happen.
That happens all the time.
That doesn't happen at all.
It should
Tony
happen.
Romo has never been referred to as untouchable.
I
first
don't know
off.
any. Listen.
Secondly,
Don't critique my knowledge of the NFL because it's not very deep.
Secondly,
It's
this
like-
Jund deck
it's like-
sideboard. Can we talk about the sideboards? Can we do that?
Yeah, so if you're the Bant deck, you don't sideboard.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah, you're actually just a million miles ahead of this Jund deck.
Yeah. So if you're the Jund deck, you sideboard.
Yeah, tell me
Yeah.
about it.
You probably take out the lilies.
Okay.
Discard is a necessary evil, so you need to keep it in.
Right.
And you want to streamline your removal, so abrupt decays are probably coming out in favor of like another pulse, another, terminate whatever you've got on the board, damnations, that kind of thing. Pushes are much better than bolts if it comes to that after this week.
Yeah, so if you want to see a format where push is going to be probably a mainstay, come look at the new standard format that we're broadcasting testing of live tomorrow night.
Yeah, push is awful in standard, but it's great in modern, which we're watching right now.
Oh, that's funny. That's a funny time. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so do you think this Bant Eldrazi deck is out of the darkness and into the light? Like people know what's up and they have an idea of how to play against it?
Who doesn't have an idea of how to play against Bant Eldrazi? Like from the beginning of time. It's just play big dumb idiots and turn them sideways.
No, that's how you play Bant Eldrazi.
Yeah. How to play against it is like kill their big dumb idiots if you can. And attack them before they can kill you.
Listen, I took the same 75 you're looking at on camera right now, and I beat a bunch of people that had no clue as to what was going on. Like, all the people I lost to were just the people that were educated on the fact that the deck existed.
Okay.
I literally
So you beat the bad ones and lost to the
lost to the good ones.
the intelligent ones. No, I don't
That's
think
about
there's...
where I rank as a Magic player, somewhere in between the bad ones. I'm above the bad ones, but below the good ones for sure.
So there's just like... There's not much depth to any Bant Eldrazi matchup. I mean, I don't know. There's some decks that I've never played that maybe there's a lot more depth than what I know, but it just seems like you jam your guys, and then either you get to interact with them or you don't. And that's the matchup.
Alright. Yeah, we'll just be completely reductionist about everything. That seems fine.
How is it less reductionist than that? Like, are there nuances that I don't know of?
Yeah,
What's the
so
most
like
nuanced matchup?
what?
What is the most nuanced matchup?
The most nuanced Bant Eldrazi matchup is the Merfolk matchup is pretty nuanced.
Okay.
Um,
How so?
so they have like a very good card against you in Spreading Seas,
Yeah.
and their guys can get, as sizable as yours.
Right.
So you have to pay attention to like what they have available, what the you know what I mean. Engineered explosives becomes really important in maximizing that card. Um,
Okay.
Sometimes you can drop it on one if they're on like an Aether Vial hand, and that helps you get ahead of them in the long term
Sure.
because they need multiple lords to get as big as your Thought Knots or your Reality Smashers.
Right.
Um,
I mean, 2 lords and their guys are as big as your thought knots, really.
is two more than one?
Yeah.
Then it's a multiple. So yeah,
Oh, so you need multiples. Okay.
that's
Gotcha.
what I just said.
Gotcha.
All right.
Mismatched Maelstrom pulses.
Gosh, here's a turn 2 Thought Knots here, and this is undoubtedly one of the strongest starts this Bant Eldrazi deck can have.
Definitely against the Jund deck.
Um,
This
This
is a
hand-
Mulda 6, I guess.
and this hand was very bad against the Lightning Bolt. Oh, I guess not, because he had Matter Reshaper. So either way, he was getting value there. Here comes 4 more mana. 5 mana now.
1 mana now.
Alright, that's a great start.
Yeah, Ancient Stirrings is a very good Magic card.
Come on. Here's a Reality Smasher.
I dare say this deck would not exist if it weren't for Ancient Stirrings.
I would confirm your suspicions. Boop. Matter Reshaper?
He could attack for 1, but I think leaving Path up is more important here.
Or at least feigning Path. He feigns it.
He's got a Path in hand. Feigned or not.
And a Spellskite, which is it really ties the room together against this Jund deck. Yeah. Hey, I heard you got a reality, bro. Alright, Terminate plus Stomping Ground, because the Reality Smasher's trigger. And the Matter Reshaper comes in for 3.
Yeah, so the first Reality Smasher, usually not too much of an issue for the Jund deck. After a Thought Knot Seer, it can be like very problematic, but the second one is just completely unbeatable.
Yeah. Yeah, multiple Reality Smashers, meaning more than one.
Yeah, more than one Reality Smasher. How's this card against the deck?
Stone Rain
Fulminator
is a
Mage?
very effective card against.
Yeah, you like it?
Against this deck that relies heavily on land. So, I'm Kyle here. He's taken the right path. He's chosen Thought Knot Seer over Eldrazi Temple, which is fine as he's going to make his land drop this turn and play a creature.
Is it going to be another Matter Reshaper?
I believe so.
That's pretty solid, considering he's got the 2 Maelstrom Pulses down already.
Yeah, Jeff has 1 card in hand,
It's a Terminate.
and
now it's an Inquisition. Oh, get that Spellskite all the way out of here. But this is not a good place to be if you're Jeff.
No, I don't think this is a winning position. Thought Not Seer here is gonna be interesting. So,
Jeez.
good
That's
word.
not good.
Yeah, I guess you do that.
Alright, so good draw for Jeff here would be a removal spell for this Thought Knot Seer.
So here's another position where the Bant deck becomes nuanced. Against the Tron decks, if they put up a wall against you and you have this situation, you want to you can actually gain advantage by displacing your Thought Nut Seer on their draw step,
Okay.
and that way you get to look at their whole hand and like take like they're so threat light that they're very rarely gonna like draw runner threat.
Sure.
Um, and even then, not all their threats are like hugely threatening.
Threats are not threatening. Has been confirmed.
So you can
Let's see if he pays for the pact. Oh, paid for
the
it.
pact. All right, what do you know?
That'll do it.
It's a land, and Kyle's gonna take it down. Yeah, I mean it's just a bad matchup for Jund.
Yeah, Jund. This matchup is not nearly as unwinnable as Tron, but it feels like very close.
Sure. All right. Well, tune in tomorrow night. We might have some